It's Devin.
And David.
Hey, we're your real estate success partners, and we're about to take you on a trip to Miami, baby.
Dave, man, we're almost there!
Hurry up, dude. Hurry up. Come on.
Just speed it up. I think we're going to make it.
Faster, dude.
Woo!
Dave, brother, we got to get to the podcast, man. Do you got the keys? Where are the keys?
I got him, man. I got him.
Oh, brother, clutch. Let's get out of here, my man.
Let's go.
Man, I think we made it. I didn't know if you were going to make it on that jet ski, brother.
Whoa. Wait a minute, Devin. Where's your hat? Hang on a second.
Oh, man, that's way better. I think I'm ready now.
Let's go.
All right, dude, let's make it happen. Welcome to Real Estate Success Partner. We're your hosts, Devin Dubuc.
David Nguyen.
And we're here to talk about how to have great success in every market. And guys and gals, today that market is South Florida because we're in Miami, baby. Hey, so we've got some amazing guests here today. We've got returning guest Rafael Amaro from Click and Close in the Dubuc team. And you guys might remember Vivian Pena. We had her on just a few weeks ago and we loved her so much, we had to come down and see her live and in person. So welcome back to the show, Vivian. Welcome back to the show, Rafael. So excited to have you guys here today.
Thank you for inviting us again.
Yes, thank you. We are honored that both of you are here and the whole team.
And sounds like there's a couple of new people here. What's going on here, Devin?
Yeah, well,
who are these others? Who are these other two?
We are so excited of having this partnership relationship with our team that we have decided to invite Edwin and Ives to be here with us today.
Thank you.
So real quick, Vivian, you know Edwin and Ives really well. So tell us a little about who we brought along today.
Well, I think we'd have to be here like 3 hours for me to say everything about them, but amazing people. It was destined, and I guess I'll let Edwin say a little bit about how it all happened. When he told me the story about how this team came together 30 years ago in his mind and in his life, it's mind-blowing. But I'm very blessed to say that Ives and Edwin, that I'm part of their team. They are amazing people, very caring, very loving, great entrepreneurs, but overall they are very giving to the community of real estate, which is what we do every day. And I love them. I told them that this is a marriage. There's never going to be a divorce.
They can't get rid of you. They can't get rid of you.
We're stuck together. Yeah, we may pull our hairs every once in a while,
right.
But we're stuck together for life. So I'm honored to have Edwin and Ives part of my team.
Amazing. Well, and Edwin, broker owner,
Thank you for that
being
introduction. Super excited, blessed. Vivian, pretty much put us together. But the story that is exciting for me to mention to you guys is Vi. 30 years ago, I used to do graffiti, and I used to write VIE. And 30 years later,
here she
Vivian,
is.
Ives, and Edwin. And
Oh,
we have it
wow.
in our wall. We have it in our wall because God brought us together, and it's been a blessing, and more blessings and more blessings. It's really amazing.
I feel the blessing. I feel the energy in this room. You guys are so passionate, and it's no question as to why you're having such great success, but it's bigger than the three of you. And I'd love for you to talk about that, because Tower Team Realty is actually, it's a national company. It's a national brand, right? You guys are doing stuff right here in the States, but you're taking it international. Talk about what you've got here and how you've built this.
So again, I can't do it by myself, right? We have an amazing team.
Yeah, you do.
Right now we're reaching, our goal is to have 300 agents. We're at the 90 mark, so we're a third of a way there. But with operations in Orlando, we have a branch there. We have operations on the west coast of Florida, operations in the Keys.
Yeah.
Right now, we have our international department going to Colombia in about another month. We have our commercial department, so we're tapping into the commercial side. We have our luxury department, building these beautiful mansions.
I
here
got
in South
a glimpse
Florida.
earlier. Unbelievable.
I share a little bit with
You
that.
did?
Yeah. So we keep expanding, and the goal is to build the 13-story tower.
Yeah.
Where it's a one-stop shop, and this is what we have here. You come to Tower Team Realty, and every service that you need is here. So we're excited about what we're doing.
Well, I heard opportunity, 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 and opportunity, right? Because you're looking for agents, you're looking for investors, you're looking to build, you're looking to travel. You've got big, big, big things happening right here between these walls, and we're honored to get a chance to just be a part of that journey.
Well,
This
I
is
think
great
we're
stuff.
honored to have you guys
Yeah.
as part of ours. And I think speaking on what Edwin was saying is that it's not about that big growth, rapid growth. It's about
Right.
taking baby steps,
Yeah.
but making concrete steps, taking little ones, sealing the deals, and then keep on going into other countries. But we want to do the joint ventures that we're doing.
Yeah.
We're doing it little by little,
One
growing
floor
that,
at a
and
time.
Exactly,
One
little
floor at a time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When did y'all create Tower Realty? When did this come about, this partnership?
Well, Tower Team was a name that Vivian had and purchased 7-8 years ago.
Had manifested it, yeah.
Yeah, and when she came to me with it, I was like, let's do it. So it was like a no-brainer. 2018.
So 2018 is
We
when-
established it.
In 2018, actually, I let Ivis. I know Ivis doesn't speak the perfect English. She's doing great. She's doing amazing. But she's like that.
She makes a great
yes.
cup of espresso.
Exactly. And she's just. So
But I know a
loving,
lot
so
more.
caring.
She does a lot more than that.
Yes,
though.
she does.
Yeah.
She runs the back office, all the back operation. But when I met Ivis, I used to go to this cafeteria every day for 2 years. And I saw her back and forth as she was serving the food and the coffee. And I was like, she doesn't belong here. Not that it's bad to work for a cafeteria, but I said, there's something about her that she doesn't belong here. And I told her, do you want to become a realtor? And she's like, starts laughing. She laughs about everything, by the way. And I think it's just nervousness. She laughs if she's mad, if she's happy. So you never know when she's mad and she's happy. So she starts laughing. I'm like, what did I say? Did you want to become a realtor? So she obviously took me up on it, goes get her class in, and brings me the license to the office that I was back then working at. And she says, I passed my test. I'm like, oh
Yes,
my
you
God.
did.
So whenever anybody passes a test, I start doing pom-pom screaming, It's just a little happiness in me. But I said, well, are you going to sign up with us? So she came on board with us. And then she said, I just want to quit my job. I was like, oh my God, no pressure. But she immediately quit a job.
Yeah.
And that showed me a lot of respect for her, because she was very
That's right.
decisive and very, in the midst of not knowing the perfect English, she says, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
She translated an entire as-is contract from English to Spanish, because she wanted to know what it said.
amazing.
And it was amazing. So from there, that was history. But I told her I need more as to a company, and I would love to open up my own company, but I don't want to become a broker.
Yeah.
I think we need a broker. So, and that's when she came on board with us, and then I met Edwin.
So we had V and I,
Yes.
and now here comes.
And then Edwin comes into our office one day, because we had a deal together. He was the listing agent and we were the selling agent. And I looked at him and I'm like, what an incredible individual.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, he was happy. He was losing a deal and he was happy. So what an incredible individual. And I asked him, are you a broker? And he said, no, why? I think you should become a broker. A lot of people need you.
Yeah.
The world needs you. The world of real estate needs you. And that's how it started, where we got together. He got his broker's license and we jumped ship with him, and that's how we became Vi. That was in 2018. So yeah, that was it.
That's unbelievable. I love it.
I love it. You said something about growth. So, as we sit here, what is it? It's July 14th, right?
Yes.
Yep.
July 14th.
Last time I looked, I
Yeah.
think there's a big game going on today.
There is a big game right here.
A football match,
Yeah.
right?
So July 14, 2024, those of you that have been in real estate, you know what we've been dealing with for the last 2.5 years, almost 3 years.
That's right.
We're coming out of probably the worst real estate recession, I would say, maybe even worse than 2008.
Well,
right?
certainly worse than the last couple of decades.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah, 2008. I think you would have asked me a year ago. I would have said maybe '08 was worse.
Yeah.
I think this has been a little more difficult. It's been a little more challenging.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
It has been the interest rates.
Affordability have become the biggest challenge on
Yeah.
this time around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On this cycle.
But look what they've done.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to go into.
I knew where you were going.
Well, as most people in real estate pulled back and did, you guys grew.
Yeah.
You guys grew by leaps and bounds and are amazing.
Well,
So,
I think you said 90,
yeah,
and in 2018 it was 3.
yeah. So
Yeah.
we have a lot of agents that listen to the show and stuff like that. Most brokerages are not looking to grow. They're looking to scale back. They're looking at the P&Ls. They're looking at all that stuff. You guys are growing. Why are you growing? Because y'all have a game plan.
Yeah.
A game plan,
You know
yes.
how
There's
to,
a vision.
You know how to grow the agents. I mean, if you can grow in the market last couple. What's the next couple of years going to grow? 300, and I think you're lowballing it. I think it's 500 or 600.
Well, and they want to go national too. But let's touch on that real quick, because you said, well, how are they doing that? And it's education. And
Yeah.
you guys have something special here. You provided education. And I'd love to touch on that a little bit, because how do you go from 3 to 90s, right, and have a vision for 300 if there's not a way for those agents to get up to speed and create that great success? And you guys have a process here of helping them. How does that look? When an agent comes over here, what are you providing? What kind of resources are they getting?
Well, first of all, we help everyone, right? We don't look at your skill sets or your abilities to hinder your opportunity. We believe that everyone has an opportunity, has a chance. And, in this industry, anybody could get a license, right? You don't need a lot of time or money to acquire it, and we know that.
Yeah.
But we got these people that don't have the communication skills, or they have the sales skills or management skills or business skills, but with our weekly coaching, our weekly training, and our understanding that everybody knows someone,
Yeah.
and we give them the little tools to get started, they could talk to their family, could talk to their friends, and start that first transaction. And that starts teaching them, well, that's how you do this. And then with the weekly trainings that we have, they become, we've seen realtors with no skills till today.
Yeah.
They're expanding and they're building and they're excited, and I'm excited because when I see that, it works. It works when we give everybody the opportunity.
Well, there's another education you talked about in the green room, and that's building real estate wealth, right? And a lot of folks don't understand this, and that's one of the dreams that I think a lot of the great agents have, is not just to help their clients build real estate wealth, but how do they build real estate wealth for themselves?
Yeah.
And you've got a process for
Yeah,
that.
because I come from that. I come from the investment world. I started as an investor, and I learned how to, look for these opportunities. And today, after 23 years in the business, you build this team
Yeah.
that makes it easy for someone to come right in.
That's right.
We have the financial side of it covered. We have the repair side of it covered. And we have access. I have access to opportunities that you don't see in the market.
You do.
This is
Yeah.
off-market stuff.
That's it.
And I tell that realtor, I say, listen,
Well, you create the market.
and we do that too.
Yeah.
But we tell the realtors, that take that commission, take part of it, save it, get to a certain number, and then we could do that first deal to start building your portfolio.
That's it. Yeah.
I think that feeding on what you're saying, Edwin, I think that everybody, I know that everybody is born with a vision, a
Yeah.
mission, and a purpose.
Right.
We just have it differently, And I believe that when somebody goes into real estate, I remember I didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up. I still don't, but anyways, we all have vision, mission, and Einstein used to say that vision is much more powerful than knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
But when you help that individual through vision and their mission to get to their purpose through knowledge,
Right.
it is huge. And I believe one of the things that I always ask the realtors when they're going to start, what is your vision for your life? I know that you have a job right now, but you are getting this license for a reason. Is it for investment? Do you want to help people grow, or do you want to sell? What is it? Well, Vivian, I actually got my license just because I want to be an investor. I said, well, great. There's a part of us here that'll teach you how to become an investor. Maybe you don't want to leave your job, but you can be an investor. Well, what do you want? I want to do real estate full time. Okay, well then we have this part of the company which is going to guide you, teach you to be a full-time real estate agent. And it's not about recruiting 100 people a month. It's about recruiting and teaching them and helping them
Yeah.
get to be financially well or just grow within the career that they've chosen. So then we can move to the next recruit. It's not about just recruiting a whole bunch and losing them along the way, because again,
Right.
you know what, I'll never be able to do real estate. I can't do this, it's too hard. So we don't want to lose touch with them. And I believe, like Edwin says, investing being one of the parts of our company to help people grow, or realtors grow.
Yeah. Devin, let me add something. They are very humble, okay? They're not mentioning about what is the real secret ingredient for all these bonds to work. Is their passion.
Yeah.
We, as a mortgage lender, we go every week to different offices, and we meet with different real estate owners,
right.
office owners, and we meet with team. I never seen a team more passionate about helping their team as our team. So you realtors that are watching this podcast, if you're looking to move your business to an office that is actually passionate, want to provide you with training and education, just reach out to Tower Team. You know, I have to say that because I
think that's-
have that point of comparison. I'm going places and I see this.
You do, yeah. And I think that's, the passion is what I was speaking in the beginning. I feel it. I felt it when I walked into the room, right? I feel it. It's a presence here. And, the last time I looked, the passion is what drives people, right? It's what creates excellence. Because when you believe in something and you have passion for it, you can truly do anything, right? Whatever your mind's set forth. And, you guys have a passion for helping people create successes in their lives on both the real estate side, right? But also, on the, what am I looking for here? In their personal lives, right? You want to help them create a better, best version of themselves is what I was looking for. So, but let's move on to one of the topics that we were talking about in the green room, right? So effectively, we've got an interesting going on the market right now. You've got a lot of buyers that are scared to move forward. What are you guys seeing here in South Florida? What's happening right now?
Well, I'm going to let Vivian answer that because I remember I work more in the investment side of things. So I'm in
She's the boots on ground.
she's more in the retail side. So yeah.
Well, thank you, Edwin. I came also from the finance world, so I did a little bit of mortgages here and there. So I always guide. And by the way, I love you, Ralph. You're amazing. 24/7. He's just incredible.
Always there.
Since I think like a mortgage broker, when I first meet the client, I don't think real estate. I think mortgage. So I think that no matter how high the interest rates are, no matter how hard it is, or people think it is, or how high the housing is right now, it's not going to go lower.
Yeah.
The houses are not going to go any lower. Interest rates may lower at a point, but I can't think of a best investment for anybody to do investing than a house.
Well,
in a home.
so let's touch on that, right? Because what you're talking about is appreciation, right? Home value
Exactly.
appreciation. And we talk about this all the time. And I love to cover it. And I think this is one of those places where we do. If you go back and you look at the last 8 decades, right, or 80 years, we've only had 7 housing markets where homes have depreciated, right? And that's only happened twice within any given decade, okay? So what does that tell you if you go back 80 years? In only 7 markets, homes depreciated, right? What that's telling you is that you have a 93% chance that you're going to win in real estate. Tell me where else you got those odds to earn income, right? To earn revenue, to earn appreciation. It's not there, right? I don't know of a money market account where I can put in and I have a 97% chance that I'm going to win, right? It just doesn't exist. But in real estate, it does. And let's talk about year-over-year appreciation, right? We know we are in the Texas market. That's where David and I are at. What are you guys seeing down here in Florida as year-over-year appreciation? What does that look like?
I would say about 8%. I mean, in other markets, it's about 5 to
5.5,
6%.
yeah, 5.5 on average.
Here, I would say it's about a little bit higher, maybe 7 to 8%. In Miami, we have a lot of immigration coming from all different countries plus other states.
That's right.
States where their tax brackets are huge and high. So, and we're very flexible there. We're still low compared to other states. So I think that that helps our market grow more and go
It
up
does,
to that 8% because
everybody wants to be
it's
here.
like you buy a house, you buy an apartment in California for $2 million.
Right.
That apartment fits in any bathroom here in the house. It's like you can fit that apartment inside
That's
of a
true.
bathroom.
It is,
So
yeah.
it's like it's just a place that no matter it's not going to go wrong. It's
No.
not going to go wrong
Well,
to invest.
So let's touch on that real quick. So you said 8%, right? You said 8%. And when we were speaking earlier today, you said, and I know average maybe even higher than this, but I think we said $500,000 to $800,000, right?
Yeah.
So let's just stick with 500 because sometimes we talk about the really big numbers. People
It's
go,
scary.
There's no way. There's no way that works, right? So let's talk about $500,000 and average appreciation is 8%, right? So what are we talking about there? $40,000.
Exactly.
Right? We're talking about $40,000. So year over year is what we talk about when we're talking about appreciation. So for 1 year to the next, you're talking about $40,000. You've got people that are on the fence right now that say, hey, I can't buy a house right now because the interest rates are too high, right? And as a result of that, I'm going to stay exactly where I am. Well, the problem with that is that if they wait 12 months, the house they intended to purchase just went up $40,000. So
Yeah.
what cost $500,000 is now $540,000, right? But in addition to that, if they're renting, they're putting that money into nothing. They have no appreciation. There's no
Exactly.
appreciation of their money there. But I think the biggest picture here goes back to COVID, right? What was happening during COVID when homes were not available?
Multiple offers, 20,
Multiple
25 offers.
Multiple offers. So what do you think is going to happen when the interest rates go from 6.5 to 5.5?
Oh, it's going to be a
Frenzy.
challenge.
It's going to be
Yeah.
a circus
Frenzy.
again. It's
So-
going to be a
offers
circus.
per contract for
Everybody's
house.
coming back to the market.
So let's talk about that a little bit, guys. Again, I'll go back to where we're at today. Sitting here, it's July 14th, 2024. The Feds have already said probably an 80 or 90% chance the first Fed drop is going to be either August or September. And once they start dropping, they're going to continue to drop to hit the rate. So we know the market's changing. We
do.
know the rates are coming down.
That's right.
So the consumer, because we all hear this all the time, well, why don't I just wait for the market to come down? Then I'll go back out to out and get that. Why don't I wait 6 months and look at that house?
No.
It's coming.
Well, here's the
It's like-
inside trader secret, right? You just gave an inside trader secret. The rates are going to come down and they're going to start dropping down. And the majority of people are going to wait for those rates to
They'll
come
wait
down.
right now.
Right? So what's going to happen is by the time that happens, you got all these people that flood back to the market. They end up paying more money for the house. You have multiple bid offers on the home that's already appreciated because we waited too long. So not only did it go up by $40,000, but now you're competing with everybody else that jumps back into the market. It may not have gone up $40,000. It may have gone up $80,000, right? In addition to that, you could buy right now,
Yeah.
okay? And guess what? When that market transitions and everybody else is getting in at the same time, you've already gained appreciation and you've only overpaid for that payment for a couple of months. You can turn around and you can refinance that property on a no-cost refinance provided you by Rafael Amaro, right?
Yeah.
No title
Indeed.
policy, no cost involved, escrow transfers directly over so your balance doesn't go up. You've gained equity in your house and now you've improved your payment position. And the person that waited, right, all they got was a little bit better interest rate, but they overpaid for the house.
And we have to add 3 more ingredients there. There's no underwriting fee, there's no application fee, and guess what? It is easy process with us.
Well, in Miami, they love the no cost.
Yeah.
Well,
They love it.
Wait, no cost in Miami? Does that even exist?
And can I add why we're here
Yes.
as together? Because Rafael's program is a special program, which helps a lot of
Smart
buyers.
buyers. It's a help a lot of people, man.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. It's a lot of programs up there that people can have access to it. Okay, one is one of the most flexible programs up there. Why is so important? Because most people right now on this market, they have good credit, good income. There's just not enough money to cover down payment and closing costs.
Yeah.
So we solve part of that puzzle. We bring that assistant right there that depending on your credit is very flexible. We can use 3.5% for down payment and we can use the other 0.5% for closing costs. But if you work with this team, I guarantee you they're gonna get you closing costs, which means like the closing that we have just recently, the person bought $415,000 house with only $1,700 out of pocket. Hello guys, this is a buyer's market. When you combine buyer's market, this team are professional and seller contribution is no brainer. What are you doing waiting? What are you doing renting? Doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry.
Well, what you just said, Rafael, is I have a program that's going to cover your down payment, and Tower Team's going to take care of your closing costs, right? And I know it's not exactly how it works, but it's kind of how it works, right?
Well, we show the realtors on that listing, sheet.
Yeah.
It'll say how many how long that listing's been on there.
Sure does.
And you want to find out why. Why is that listing out there for such a long time? And so we'll try to work with the closing cost there. Tell the seller, listen, our buyer needs about $10,000. And obviously, if the house is, it's totally outdated, then we definitely get more towards the closing cost because, they got to fix the house. So they're going to put everything down plus, no. So that's one of the little tricks that we show our agents to always look at the amount of time that the property has been listed for. And one of the things
motivation to sell.
Yes, and one of the things that a lot of people are coming to tell me the houses are coming down, and I look at them, I'm like, really, where'd you get that from? And he says, well, I see it all over. It's on Zillow and Trulia, and I'm like, okay, well, do you have 5 minutes for me? And they're like, yeah, okay, let me explain to you what's happening. The agent, not to put any agent down, but that agent, when that property was valued at $500, they misled the seller and they put it at $550. And they saw that they couldn't sell it in 3, 4, 5, 6 months. So now they put a little arrow in the MLS and they say the property's now worth $500. Hello, it was never worth $550. It's not that it's coming down, it's that it was listed the wrong way.
Marketed incorrectly.
Marketed incorrectly. So now we're misleading the public. We're misleading that buyer. No, that
That's
property
brilliant.
was always,
That's brilliant what you're talking about here, because what you're saying is that if you work with the wrong agent,
unfortunately.
you're going to be put in a situation where your home's going to sit on the market longer.
Absolutely.
And as a result of their misled information, you're going to end up taking what you should have gotten for the house in the first place, but now you might actually have to give up even more credits, right?
Excellent.
Because people start to wonder, well, why has that house been sitting there for so long?
Exactly.
It's because it wasn't marketed properly, right? Where if you listen to expert in the industry that has the courage to step up and say, I know you think it's worth $550, but here's why it's going to sit if we do that, and you're going to end up having to take a reduction. Look at this house, this house, this house, and this house.
Exactly.
This is exactly what happened. However, if we come to market here, we're going to sell that house, and you're not going to take less money for the property because we're marketing it where it should have been marketed the entire
Exactly.
time.
And what you just said is so relevant nowadays with that NARC settlement that every agent that is up there trying to get listed needs to do a proper presentation, present their value proposition, and educate that seller the right way.
Right.
Otherwise, you're gonna get crushed. You're gonna get crushed.
And that's, you know what, we went through this on Friday with an agent, another agent from another company. And I want everybody that's, looking at this podcast or this video right now to know that Tower Team Realty will always pay the agent a commission. We're never gonna say this commission is all for me and I'm not gonna pay the other agent a commission with this NAR settlement. Now, on Friday, we had an agent, one of our agents from the office rented a property. She didn't look at the fact that the percentage rate was 0. So the rental was not going to be paid. So I was like, Vivian, let me just think. I like to think before I talk. And I said, let me think this thoroughly. And I told the agent, I said, can I talk to that listing agent? She says, absolutely. I said, how much are you renting this property for? How long, et cetera, et cetera. It was an $88,000 a rental in the period of time that they were renting it for. Our agent was only going to make $2,700, but they didn't want to pay her the $2,700, and she did everything. And I was like, really? Okay, so can I talk to that agent? And I called him and said, hi, Mrs. Agent, this is Vivian with Tower Team Realty. I want to confirm that this is going on because my agent told me this. And she says, my dad doesn't want to pay commission. I'm like, oh, okay. And I said, can I ask you a question? I said, I want you to ask your dad about this, okay? Tell him, Daddy, this is going on. What do you think about this? I said, I may have a listing that's worth $3 million, and you have the buyer. And your commission is, I don't know, XYZ, let's just put a number, $80,000 on it. Do you think I should pay you commission? Or should I keep all the $80,000 for me? And she just froze on the phone. I said, so you don't want to pay our agent $2,700 for your rental. She did everything. You guys did nothing. But then I have a listing. You have a buyer that you bring to my listing. But should I do the same thing? Should I not pay you commission? And there was I said, can you do me a favor? Don't answer. Because I see there's a quietness on the other end of the line. I said, can you call your daddy and ask Dad, this is going on. What do you think? And let me know. If you can call me back, I would really appreciate it. I just want to find out what your dad thinks about this. I'm curious. Now, I'm not mad, okay? I'm not really mad. And by the way, if you're not happy where you're at, we're more than welcome to bring you in. But because you're doing something they shouldn't be doing. She's renting a property with Homestead. I'm like, you're not supposed to be renting a property with Homestead. I don't know if your broker told you about that, but please be careful what you're doing. And there was silence all along in the phone. And and I called our agent. I said, she called you. I said, just leave it till Monday. Monday we'll deal with it. But it's true. If she's not willing to pay me a $2,700 commission, why should I pay her an $80,000 commission on my listing that she has to buy for? So,
Well, I want to interrupt you real quick because I just heard two things here. I heard buyers, call Tower Team Realty because they're going to fight for you. Agents, come work for Tower Team Realty because they're going to fight for you, right? You want to know how to align yourself with the right agency, right? And who you need to be doing business with. You need people like Vivian and Edwin. They're going to fight for you. They're going to fight for you to get what's your home's worth. They're going to fight for you to get the best deal. They're going to fight for their agents to get paid. And that's what it's all about, right? That's that passion I talked about when we walked through the door. I felt it when we were here. Yeah. The other thing I want to touch on, Rafael, and I know you've got something, is I want to go back to the buyer real quick. And I just want to make sure that they understand. What I heard Rafael and Vivian say is that if you're a borrower and you're trying to purchase a home today and you have no capital, you have no cash, they can get you into a house right now. And let's touch on that real quick because that's also with FHA financing, right? And last time I looked in a multiple offer environment, nobody's accepting FHA, right? No. So what's going to happen when the rates come down? Are we going to have multiple offers? There's no question, right?
No doubt.
No question. No. So that means the FHA buyer won't have an option to purchase a home at that point in time, and they certainly won't be able to use down payment assistance, right? And they're certainly not going to get closing cost assistance from the seller of that property.
Nope.
So if you're looking at purchasing a home in today's market is the best time to buy the house because you can still refinance it. You've got opportunities for DPA. You've got opportunities for seller concessions because sellers are motivated to get those homes off the market, right? And you can refinance when those rates come down in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months on a no-cost transaction, which means there's no money coming out of your pocket, and you've got the best of both worlds where that person that's waiting maybe waited themselves out of a house because nobody's going to accept the FHA financing, or even if they're going conventional and they have the ability to do this, now they're going to pay more money for that house and they're going to have multiple bids.
Exactly.
And I think that's one of the things that we wanted to tackle on this podcast today because at the end of the day, there's a lot of misguided information floating around out there from people that are not educated to have these types of conversations, and the public needs to know now is the time to buy a house.
Now only is the time to buy the house. It has never been in South Florida a better time to get seller concessions.
Yeah.
It just happened 3-4 months ago. When we started this partnership in November of last year, you could not even aspire to get seller concession. They open up because people that are selling today, there are people that waiting, and now they realize that they need to sell today.
That's
so
right.
if they are motivated seller, why not ask to help, to ship in something? Even if your buyer is well qualified, you know what? She present the biggest reason. You know what? Hey, listen, they need to change the pipe, they need to do this, they need to change the air conditioning, and they're already putting a lot of money on the table. Please ship in something there.
But I also think on that, the fact with the new agents, and this is for all the new agents, this young lady didn't know that you can't rent a homestead and have the homestead on there, and I speak this, one of the things that Ivis does for the company is that for all you new agents, this is new agents that know nothing, zero. Right. They just got out of school yesterday. Yeah. That's very important because that agent is maybe on a drive, 150,000 miles per hour. Yeah. I want to do this. I want to, grow my business. I want to learn. But they have a buyer. Let's say they have a buyer right now. And they bring it to the office. They signed up with us, they bring it to the office. Well, Iva sits with that person one-on-one and tells her how to do the contract. Let's do the contract together, bring your computer. They haven't sat in a class. I'm telling you about that realtor that just got the license yesterday. And today they have a buyer. We work with them hand in hand. Iva sits with them and goes from A through Z, gets them through what the title is, what do you need to do inspections, and we watch that realtor with that buyer from point A to point Z to take them to closing. Why? Because they need that help, and maybe their license is not even registered with a DBBR yet, and they already have a buyer. So it's very important for you new agents to know that there is guidance here.
Mentorship.
There's mentorship. I love that word.
Yeah, there's
mentorship.
Yeah.
Mentorship. Let me add something also because Ivis is very shy. She does something that most people don't even do with their buyers. She does a buyer session one-on-one. They sit down together. They narrow down exactly based on the approval what type of house they are available right now. And she shows them exactly, listen, based on your desires, okay, and must have, this is what we can find right now. 1 house, 10 houses. But I never seen that before. Maybe other companies are doing it, but when I saw what they doing about it, I found it that's tremendously helpful for me, for the
New
buyer.
agents. For the new agents, it's very important. It's extremely important because, like I said, they haven't even taken the class.
I wanted to add to those agents that are just getting started. They cannot go into this full time. They're in transition. We open Tower Team Realty Referral. So we also have that department for that type of agent that could come in, park their license, keep it active so they don't lose it.
Yeah.
And when they're ready, they could, active,
Jump right in.
do the business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Edwin, we know we can't keep you and your team here all day. We know you've got some really important agendas this afternoon, but we want to make sure we get any messages out there that are important to you, before we let you go. Is there anything you'd like to share today before we wrap this one up?
Well, it's unfortunate that people want to be negative with negative. Unfortunate, it's just that person inside of you that wants to be the fighter, and because you did it to me, I'm going to do it to you. And we see that in this business, and I believe that you shouldn't do that. If they're doing the wrong thing, let them do the wrong thing. As long as you did it right, it's going to come back to you. I feel bad about our realtor that did not read the paper and it says 0 clearly. You got to read. You got to educate yourself. You got
That's
to
right.
You got to learn about these things. And just because, I believe that's the way I feel, that do the right thing always. Because we're in a small family, and that realtor could come back with another deal that you need for another client, and vice versa. And we all work together.
Well, I think what I heard there was, join the right team. Make sure that you've got good mentors there. They're going to make sure you make the right decisions, right? And do everything for the right reason, right? Do it not just for the success of yourself, but for the success of others, for the homeowner. We got to put our homeowners first, right?
Yes.
We've got to put our homeowners first, ourselves second, and the money's going to come.
Yeah.
Because if we're doing it for the right reasons, it always does.
Yep.
Yeah. Vivian, anything you'd like to share?
Well, I was going to say you sound like the Field of Dreams. Build it, they will come. I want to add into what Edwin said. Definitely, always do good. Do good unto others. Just be a family. We are a family. I always say that no matter what company you're working at, we're family because we need each other. I need from you, you need from me. If you want to join us, definitely we're here, but we need to stick together as a big family. Years ago, when I started this business, everybody was like that. It's gotten a little bit tougher now where people are very self-centered. They're very for me. Don't be that way. Don't be that way. Just give, teach, help all of the people you can, especially in our industry.
When they talk about family, we talked about core values in the green room, and I know for a fact that's their number one core value here, right? But talk about being treated like a family. We came through the door, there were hugs. And, this is the first time we're meeting face to face. There were hugs and, cheerful faces, and everybody, like I said, I just felt the passion in the room. And then we're eating fruits together and we're having pastries together. They truly do have a family environment here. You feel like you're just welcomed the moment that you
Irish
walk
coffee.
through the door. Well, yeah.
We're huggers,
And then I
huggers.
was given a glass of the most amazing espresso I've had
I
since I've been here in
remember when I
Miami.
worked in Serranos.
So that's a commercial for these other
That's a
people?
commercial. That's a commercial.
Well, Rafael, anything you'd like to say about the Tower team, or in general before we
Well,
close
in general,
out today?
you know what? Listen, if you're in the market looking to buy a house, to rent a house, or to sell a house, this is the perfect team. They got the perfect combination. They got expert on rentals, they got experts on buying, they're expert on selling, and guess what? Their service is, white glove service to everybody.
Yeah, they really do have their hand in a little bit of everything, but in the best possible way. Sometimes when you get involved in too many things, it's confusing. There's no confusion here.
No.
They've got it down, and they've got it down to a science. And, it's no wonder why they're having such great success over here. Dave, anything you want to say to our guests today?
Man, I just know this. If I'm buying real estate in Miami,
South Florida. Yeah.
I'm calling one team. It's the Tower team, and I have to say, you know,
South and Central, actually.
yeah, South and Central.
South and Central.
And I talk to brokerages all across the country,
Yeah.
from the West Coast to the East Coast, and you guys are real, man. I feel your passion. We talked about passion, but the biggest thing is heart. You're tearing up, Devin. I've been having chills come up and down my spine just from talking to you.
Yeah.
You guys are real, man. You care about your people. You care about your clients. You care about everything,
Special.
and that's going to grow your business. And I'm just glad that we're part of it. You know, you guys are going amazing places.
Yeah.
Oh, from your mouth to God's ears.
For now, they're going to Colombia.
They're going with when I go.
Well, I got to tell you, when the folks out there want to find these three, and we know they do, well, the three plus the other 87, because
Yeah.
there's 90 of them total,
That
right?
Vivian said.
Yeah. How do they find you guys? How do they get in touch with Tower Team?
I guess I use my number a lot, my direct number,
Let's
which is
get
the
it.
305
Yep.
490-7772. We also have our website, which is towerteamrealtyllc.com. Which is in the works. We're working on that one. And then I have my personal, which is vivianpena.com, and that's a little bit of everything mixed in there. But whichever way you reach us, we're here for you. And I know Edwin has in his Facebook his number, but whenever you reach us, whichever way you reach us, if you're reaching me, but you're looking for Edwin, you know, it's we're all a family.
And they always answer. I promise you that.
Yes.
To a flaw, and I don't think it's a flaw, but to a flaw. We call it unreasonable hospitality because they
My
just.
family's always, you're on the phone all the time. We don't sell houses, we sell homes.
There we go. I love that. I love that.
So-
Yeah. Well, I want to tell you guys too, if you're looking for that number because you didn't catch it, or well, if you're watching it, just scroll right across the bottom of the screen, right? And if you're listening in, just go to the description, because you're going to be able to find all their great contact information. And guys, again, if you're in South Florida, if you're in Orlando, if you're over on the West Coast, they've got somebody there that's going to help you. Or if you're looking for a referral partner, I know for a fact they know people across the United States, and they're about bridging connections. That's a big part of the Tower Team Realty as well. So, you know, look out for these guys, because they're here now, but I promise you, they're going to be popping up in your neck of the woods soon. So they're on a mission, and that mission is driven with passion. And last time I looked, those are the great formulas that are going to create amazing success. And we're going to hit the top of that tower, right? We're on our way.
That's
so
it.
Great
dream.
things today, guys. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank
Well,
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. So we're your real estate success partners. I'm Devin Dubuc.
I'm David Nguyen.
Hey, and if you want to check us out, come on over to realestatesuccesspartner.com. Again, that's realestatesuccesspartner.com. But if you want to watch us on video and meet all of these amazing people live and in person, come over to YouTube. You're going to find us over there at the Dubuc team, and you're going to be happy that you did. Hey, and while you're there, like, subscribe, and comment below. We'd love to hear your feedback. But until the next time, we'll see you then.
See you guys.